What I mean by take the leap of faith of being yourself is that usually when people hear the phrase leap of faith, they group it in with something that is grandiose, something that you do because you don't have certainty that it's going to go the way that you want it to. And the objective they're trying to reach is something that they can't really see, but they have a feeling that they can attain it. But before you even reach this point, you already have to have taken another leap of faith prior to this one. And that is the leap of faith of accepting who you are and embracing who you are. Now, to many people, this is not a leap of faith. This comes easier to them, right? This is easy to them. They know who they are. They are, set boundaries for themselves, all that good stuff. But a lot of people, and even a lot of people that I know, maybe most people that I know, don't live by this. Well, they can't live by this. They're kind of paralyzed in fear by the judgments of others. It's normal to think about what the community is gonna think of you if you do this, that, or that, right? But at the same time, there comes a time where you have to be honest with yourself and you gotta set boundaries for yourself and you gotta ask yourself what you want. I'll give an example, right? Someone who's a people's pleaser will help other people at the expense of themselves, right? And many times, oftentimes, they disgrace themselves because they are not confrontational. So if somebody were to come and undervalue you in any type of way, you would take it, and you wouldn't want confrontation, and you'd be much rather choosing peace over conflict, even if it's about yourself. But the problem with this type of mentality is that you let people undervalue you, and the way that other people treat you is a reflection of how you let them treat you. So unless you break this pattern of constant undervaluing, did I say that right? Undervaluement, bro, you know what I'm trying to say. But that constant pattern is going to continue until you decide to break it yourself. A lot of people have like this type of phobia of disappointing others, which can be like a underlying kind of like symptom to like people pleasing that I've seen. But the only thing about that is that you got to get used to understand. You got to understand that disappointment is unavoidable, bro. And it's either that you disappoint these other people and that you stick up for yourself, or you disappoint yourself and that these people just stick it to you. That's literally what it is. And so many people, it's hard for so many people to choose themselves, whether it be set boundaries, being honest and asking yourself what you want, accepting that you are going to disappoint people. And in fact, you are going to have haters. Whether you avoid having haters to the best of your ability or you embrace them, they'll come either way. And bro, you know how many gentle and pure souls have gotten bullied? People who have done nothing but have gotten everything thrown at them, right? People often think that, if I just do the right thing and I make everybody happy and I do what I'm supposed to, then everyone's gonna like me and I'm gonna be okay and I'm gonna be good. But that is not the case, bro. Niggas will hate on you for some bullshit. And trust me, I know, bro. Not because I was people pleasing, but because I'm genuinely somebody who's just like, I don't have a problem with anybody. And even I found myself with plenty of haters. I was shocked, bro. People who was kind to, not because I was people pleasing, but because that's my character, to be kind to other people. If they're thirsty, give them water. I like to be the good Samaritan, not because I think I have to, but because I want to. But also with that, there comes people who mistake kindness with weakness. And these people who see a kind person or see somebody who is genuine will come and try and take advantage of you. But that's when you need to understand that it's not a sin to fight for what is right. I remember that's what Android 16 said to Gohan. And then Gohan transformed into a Super Saiyan 2, right? But he was spitting facts though, like standing up for yourself and knowing what you want, setting boundaries, being able to cut people off, and being willing to fight for yourself, for yourself, for your sanity, for your peace will even make your enemies respect you, bro. Maybe they might not want to be your friends, but they will respect you, bro. And when you're able to do these things, when you're able to look inside the mirror and to be like, you know what, I am worth something, or you know what, I'm done. I'm from now on, I'm gonna reinvent myself and I'm gonna work to be better. When you decide to go on that journey, there's gonna be haters, bro. There's gonna be niggas who hate on you. There's gonna be niggas who hate on you. Whatever you do, you could be right. I want you to do this, bro. Go on TikTok, go on any video, right? And go on any type of informative video, and inform yourself something on something that is factually correct. Make sure that is factually correct. Then open the comments and you will see people arguing over things that are factually correct. People just love to argue. There are even bots created for the sole purpose of arguing. Now, those are bots on TikTok, but there are definitely bots in real life who have that type of negative energy that they carry around, right? And if you're over here being a people pleaser and you're giving your energy to these bots, I don't want to call people bots, but that's what they are. You're over here giving your energy to these bots that are out here just hating for no reason because they're just fueled by that type of shit. You're just playing the game wrong, bro. And I think it's time that you just gotta accept yourself. Because once you accept yourself, once you start prioritizing yourself, then you're gonna be able to start doing these leap of faiths. In reality, they're not really leap of faiths, bro. I don't really see anything that you can set yourself out to do and it be impossible for you to do, unless it's like grow wings. But nobody wants to grow wings. Usually they want to build something for their life, have something to show for their life. And things like that require dedication, perseverance, and discipline. And those are all fruits of self-love, bro. If you love yourself, you will stick to the craft. Because although it might be taxing right now, maybe physically, financially, mentally, you'll know it'll pay off, bro. And you're doing it for a better cause. You're doing it for whatever cause you want, as long as it's a good cause, bro. But there will be people on the path that will discourage you, that will say nasty things, that will hate you for no reason, bro. But if you know your value, if you know what you're worth, if you set boundaries for yourself, if you accept yourself and you know what you want, you're not gonna listen to those people, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's your life and you're going to have to answer for yourself when it's all said and done. So yeah, bro, that's what I just wanted to come out here and say. I kind of just felt like talking about this because there are so many people that I know who let other people control their life, or who let fear control them. Fear is another thing that you just can't listen to. I actually have this quote that I really like. I'm going to read it to you guys. The quote is, I have it written down here. Fear knocks on the door to your spirit, but when faith opens the door, fear runs away. That's usually how it is though, on God. On God, that's how it is, bro. Fear and faith cannot coincide with each other, bro. And I implore you guys to step out in love and in faith. Love for yourself, love for others. Most importantly, love for yourself, because a lot of you niggas need to love yourself, bro. You love other people and you don't love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can't love other people properly, bro. You got to learn that. That's like love 101. Come on. And a lot of times the fears never come true. The fears are only there to help us stay in one spot. And it can be fear of anything. But yeah, guys, that's just what I wanted to say. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't let the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown, don't let comfort let you stay in the same place, bro. Do not. Comfort is one of the biggest enemies. Do not let the trauma and fear of past experiences hold you back or hold you down. And do not try and look for the perfect path. The path lights up when you walk it, bro. But yeah, that's all I had to say. And I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.